Are you a billionaire with enemies, live in a war zone, or work as a super secret super spy? We have the perfect car for you. Bulletproof windows and doors, standard. Cloaking device. Run-flat tyres. And from the outside, no one is the wiser. Armoured cars. How do they do it? Here at the Texas Armoring Corporation, they've been turning regular cars and trucks into mobile fortresses since 1975. Today, they produce up to 200 every year. This place feels like Q's lab, straight out of a James Bond film. But to company founder Trent Kimball, it's real life.
We send vehicles all over the world to businessmen, politicians, heads of state of different governments. Our vehicles are everywhere, protecting people against kidnapping for ransom, against violent threats in the street, or just a maybe assassination attempt.
The world's most famous armoured car is probably the one owned by the President of the United States. It's called the Beast. Apparently, its doors weigh as much as those on a 747. Its inside is sealed to protect from chemical attack, and it has everything from grenade launchers to oxygen tanks in the trunk. I want one.
The first armoured cars looked like this, not very subtle.
One of the first armoured cars was built by a Royal Naval officer in the First World War. He bolted boilerplates onto his Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost and drove off to attack the enemy cavalry. It was such a success they converted 120 in all.
Today, armoured cars look a lot less obvious. Just about any factory-standard vehicle can get a full military-style upgrade. The problem is, the family sedan is designed to be comfortable, lightweight and fuel efficient. It can't stop a bullet. The answer is to upgrade everything, from bumper to bumper. The first step is to strip everything out, including seats, carpeting and even door panels. To stop a bullet, the car shell will need to be lined with heavy-duty steel plating.
Ballistic steel is specially heat-treated to make it harder than regular steel. So a plate only 3 millimeters thin, or just 1/8 of an inch, will stop a .44 Magnum bullet. Double that, and you'll be protected from a high-powered rifle. Double that again, and not even armour-piercing bullets will get through. And if they're firing anything more than that at you, I suggest you get a tank.
Every car has unique shapes and contours, so each needs a custom fitting. First, armouring technicians mark out a large sheet of steel, up to 12 millimeters thick. Next, they carefully carve it up with a plasma cutter.
We normally think of matter as having 3 states: solid, liquid and gas. But there is a fourth. If you apply enough electricity to a gas, it turns into plasma, and you can do amazing things with plasma. A tiny amount is enough to light up a plasma screen TV. A concentrated beam of the stuff makes an awesome cutting device. It's a bit like having a real-life lightsaber.
They weld the heavy-duty tiles into place, overlapping them to make sure there are no gaps. But what if your assailants are attacking from above, positioned in tall buildings or even a helicopter? Not a problem. The roof gets a layer of Kevlar.
Kevlar is actually a fabric. It's made of thousands of thin fibres woven together. When a bullet hits, the fibres all stretch a little bit, and that absorbs the bullet's energy. It's a bit like the car has its own bulletproof vest, or hat in this case.
The problem now is that even though the occupants might be safe, the attackers could immobilise the car. And all that shielding won't do much good if you're stuck in the kill zone. You've got to reinforce all the critical components that will keep you moving. The engine, the radiator, the fuse box, the battery. The biggest vulnerability for a vehicle might be the tyres.
We want the client to be able to keep moving, therefore we have to do something for the tires. You can't bulletproof a tire, there's no such thing as a bulletproof tire.
They've hit on an ingenious solution. They install what's called a run-flat tyre. It's got a special reinforced plastic insert that runs between the wheel and the outer rubber. So if a would-be assassin's bullet does puncture a tyre, the vehicle could keep driving for up to 100 kilometres. Far enough to leave the bad guys in the dust. There's still one big problem left: the windows. An easy target for a determined kidnapper. So technicians install safety glass up to 72 millimetres thick. And to make sure it works, the team conduct their own tests. This stuff is even tough enough to stop a bullet fired from an AK-47 at 715 metres per second. Don't believe it? Well, Boss Trent is willing to bet his life. Literally. What he demonstrates next has become an internet sensation.
I have full confidence in them that I will stand behind it and get shot at.
That man is either very brave or very stupid. I would never, ever, ever do that. Never.
Bulletproof glass is actually made by alternating layers of regular glass with layers of plastic film. They can also make one-way bulletproof glass, so bullets can't come in, but you can fire out. Just make sure that it is fitted the right way round.
There are, of course, a few bonus features which Trent gets to test before the vehicles leave. From inbuilt sirens to deadbolt locks, night vision camera, and even electrified door handles. If you want the safest package on the market, it's all yours for the low, low price of $500,000 US. You'll also need a few bucks for extra fuel. The full armoured kit adds around 500 gas-guzzling kilograms to a standard car. Though fuel economy probably isn't high on your list of priorities if you're expecting to be shot at.